Okay, so I'm pretty sure everyone knows exactly what has been going on during the last few days, specifically regarding the drama involving the Roblox YouTuber known as My Username's This. Adding on to the video I already created about that entire situation, today there has been massive developments that I would like to give updates on, so before we get into all of the new information, I would first like to say, please leave a like on this video and subscribe. Now, if you want to know everything about what has happened so far, you can go ahead and watch my previous video, Roblox YouTuber payment drama, because I covered pretty much everything from the new drama in that video. But long story short, an animator had created an animation for a video uploaded to the channel of My Username's This, and he refused to pay the animator for 14 months. During that entire conflict, Username did end up paying the animator the percentage that they had originally asked for, and everything got resolved. The new information today and the updates that we have to discuss right now, they not only stem from the apology that My Username's This posted on Twitter yesterday, but it also includes apologies and resolutions to past dramas that I haven't even discussed before. So the first time I saw this and the first thing I saw about this was because the RTC had quoted the username apology and said, "My username's This discussed his actions on a Twitter space last night," which is basically just like a big group voice call on Twitter that anyone can join, and then if you get speaker permissions you can speak inside of that big massive voice call. If you don't get speaker permissions, you are still allowed to just join it and listen to it. He's looking forward to changing for the better, compensating those who need to be compensated. And then the actual apology from Username himself, it's a 4-tweet thread, and he started off by saying, "Thank you for the discussion in the Twitter space today. I recognize there are things I have done in the past that weren't the best decisions. I am in the process of compensating those who should have been compensated right now." So clearly this little road to redemption started with the Twitter space that people keep mentioning, and unfortunately I wasn't there for that Twitter space. I don't really tend to open Twitter very often at this point, but I did manage to find a video from Scrimsorks that they had uploaded, and that entire video is basically the entire Twitter space recorded and pretty much unedited, and people like Creecraft were in there, Minitoon were in there, and they all ended up giving their thoughts and opinions on this, and I think it's a very good thing to go ahead and watch if you would like to do so, to get a little bit more information and a few more perspectives from people that you might not have seen so far. The second tweet in this thread from Username says, "I deeply apologize for putting everyone through this whole situation, mainly due to my own conflicting views on how to compensate others. Part of me leans towards gifting, the other part leans not as much. I really want to make this better for everyone in the future, so I will take initiative and lean towards overcompensation and tipping. I understand if you don't trust me commissioning you for the time being, and that's 100% okay. I understand that this situation will not heal overnight." And I think the last sentence of that third tweet is very, very important, mainly because I see a lot of people still attacking Username over this, which was never okay to begin with, because that is absolutely not the mentality that people should have, because obviously this was made public as a last resort from Java. They really felt they had no other way to deal with this, considering it had been over a year, but at the same time, attacking someone and sending hate to someone, harassing someone, especially when that goes against the wishes of the person who originally posted the first tweet, in this case it would be Java Creates, it's really not the correct way to deal with this. And saying that he understands this situation will not heal overnight is very, very true, and people have every right to be angry, upset, disappointed, but attacking and hating and harassing someone does not fit into that part of this. But this little apology thread ends off with, "I'm disappointed that I felt it was okay for my ultra legal / business side to take over during this time, and I would like to make it clear I do not have a grudge against anyone involved. I want things to be resolved just like you do." So personally, I do think that this was the correct way for Username to go about this, and I know that a lot of people in the replies are still very upset and very disappointed that it took all of this going public and becoming as big as it did for for username to correctly and fairly compensate the people that he had commissioned, and also for him to go ahead and make an apology like this, which I completely understand that point of view and that perspective on this, and I can see why people are thinking that way, but at the same time, I feel like that could kind of be seen as the point of calling someone out publicly, because there has been plenty of situations where people get called out publicly, they get so much things brought up on them, and they just completely ignore the situation, pretend it didn't even happen, and just going about everything acting like they usually do and not even addressing it for a single second. So I think whilst it definitely shouldn't have gone this far, we can still take time to recognize and understand and appreciate the apology that username has put out there, and also the steps that he is now taking to ensure that this doesn't happen again, and to also correctly and fairly compensate everyone who needs compensating by him specifically. And like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, there is also some past dramas that have been resolved as a result of this apology from username, because in the replies there is someone known as Dumbskid, and they replied by saying I forgive you, and username replied to them by saying I forgive you too. Like I also said, I was not involved in that, I did not discuss anything about that, but a few months ago there was a drama between username and Dumbskid, and I know pretty much zero details on this. The only thing that I know is that entire thing ended with username getting the channel of Dumbskid deleted from YouTube. But the fact that this entire situation and this new drama basically just resolved a past drama and ended with them both forgiving each other, I think as it stands right now, this is the best possible outcome for literally everyone involved right now. And I went to Dumbskid's profile on Twitter to see if they had said anything else about this, and I found this tweet right here. I believe in redemption and second chances for people. For months after my channel was terminated, I struggled to pay my thumbnail creator and editor after my conflict with my usernames this. Today he finally agreed to partially compensate me with $1,000 and I am grateful. It's important to move on and forgive, and now that my video editor and thumbnail maker have been paid, I do not feel any hatred or malice towards my usernames this. I'm wishing for your growth and I hope you have a better year. Honestly, I feel like for the Roblox community, obviously drama is never good and I wish that this didn't have to happen, but still, the fact that this has all been resolved now and pretty much everyone involved is happy, things couldn't have turned out better, and that is basically all we have to talk about right now. That was all of the updates that I could find from the last few days since I uploaded my last video about this, and I mean that's basically it. This entire thing is over. Username is now looking forward to becoming a better person, changing for the better and compensating those who need to be compensated, in the words of the RTC. And I mean, even username himself mentioned that he knows this is not going to heal overnight. People are going to be upset, angry, disappointed, whatever they are feeling right now for, I guess, pretty much as long as they need to. But I think at the same time we should also be recognizing and appreciating the fact that username is not only acknowledging his faults and wrongdoings in all of this, but also taking necessary steps to make sure that he rights all of those wrongs that he had acknowledged. You know, actions speak louder than words, as people say, but I would love to know your opinions on all of this new information and these new updates that we have gotten today. What do you guys think of the apology from my usernames this? So, one more time please, and make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe, because I will always appreciate the love and support that you guys give me, and you know what? It helps me out a lot. But make you think of this Roblox YouTuber ending dramas, resolving dramas by making an apology. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.